Well, hello there, everybody. Steve out here in the Everglades again, and ready for a cup of coffee. And there is not a Starbucks in sight. I'm telling you, I'm out here. It's absolutely beautiful. Bit of a drizzly day, but that's okay. I've got my handy dandy Italian coffee pot. That's really all you need. Put some water in the bottom of that thing. I got some beautiful coffee grounds I've got, and boil that up with my little gas stove, and I'm right as rain. I mean, I'm telling you what, this is fabulous. You know, this Italian coffee pot, as you may know, works on the principle of pressure. All the water's in the bottom, coffee's in the middle, nothing at the top. That water begins to boil. The boiling water, pressurized then by steam, pushes up and then passes over the coffee grounds. Principle of pressure. That's all there is to it. And I don't know, but if you know, but 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 8 talks about pressure. The kind of pressure that you and I can have on our lives. I don't know what's going on in your life right now, but you know, I've got pressures. You've got pressures. Some of you have a lot of pressures on you. And the Apostle Paul had pressures on him. And in the New International Version of 2 Corinthians 4:8, he said he's hard pressed on every side. That's how this thing works. That pressure goes up through a small stem. It's hard pressed on every side. Steam pushes it up and down comes the boiling water. The New Living Translation says pressed on every side by troubles. Can you relate to that? Or the Holman translation. Jonathan Hatt likes this Holman thing, and he's gotten us onto that. The Holman translation says, pressured in every way, but not crushed. Got that? So pressure brews me a good-smelling, good-tasting cup of coffee. I'm out here in the Everglades, and I'm having a great cup of coffee, all thanks to a little bit of pressure. So when God allows pressure in our lives, it's for good. You know, to begin with, a little bit of pressure sometimes exposes who we really are. Some of the issues that might be going on inside that might need just a little bit of attention. A pressure might reveal a weakness. A pressure might even break us down a little bit, some of our pride. It might even shift some things around inside of us. But it's good for us, you see. Because, you see, the point of pressure is so that we get to the point that we realize that we need Jesus more and more all of the time. Any strength comes from Him. I can't handle pressures. Oh, I can do a few things. You can do a few things. But He might get us to a point where the pressures are so great, we begin to say, I think I'm like a jar of clay, and I'm going to crush if He doesn't help me. And He'll pressure you, but He won't crush you. Paul gives us that assurance. So allow God to use pressures to shape you. Allow them to expose some of the needs that you might have. Allow it to change you. In fact, it might actually make it so that you realize it's not so much about you. It's all about Jesus. So allow pressures to bend you, to shape you. I've watched that. I've watched that in myself. I've watched it in people around me. In fact, I've seen it in our very own church, where pressures have been good for true believers. It shapes them. Because you see, everything God is doing is for His own glory and to fit us for glory. For His glory, to fit us for glory. So don't mind a little bit of pressure. Don't try and escape it. Let God use pressure to show His strength and what He would like to give to you. So anyway, if you were out here with me, I would make you a cup of coffee with my beautiful Italian coffee pot. It's in the church kitchen. If you ever think, how does that work? And I'll make you a cup of coffee in the church kitchen. Anyway, God's blessing. Bye.